Welcome to the Mo Money Blueprint series, where I teach you how to save and invest your money, making you financially smarter than 90% of people your age. Let's go. Today we're focusing on the OWIN money, which stands for Own Your Savings. It's incredibly important to have an emergency fund before you start investing. This is because if an emergency does come up, like the loss of a job or a medical bill, your laptop breaks all of a sudden, you need to make sure that you have money on hand to be able to cover that, so that way you don't have to sell your stocks in order to cover this emergency. It's important to know that if you do sell stocks in a retirement account, you're going to have to pay a penalty and taxes if you're taking it out early. And then if you're taking it out of a taxable account, you won't have a penalty, you'll just have to pay taxes. But either way, it's disrupting the compound interest that is happening, since time in the market is more important. So you basically don't want to interrupt the growth of your stocks. For an emergency fund, it's usually recommended that you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up. It's usually best to keep your emergency fund in a high yield savings account, which we'll cover in the next video. Here's an easy checklist to review if you're actually ready to start investing. First, you need to have an emergency fund saved. Second, you shouldn't have any high interest debt. When I say high interest, I'm talking about 6% or more. The market does average about an 8 to 10% annual return. So some people do recommend that you don't have any debt at all when you start to invest. But it's pretty much undebatable that if your debt is really high, which is genuinely at least 10% or more, you should not be investing in. So basically, it's really important to build a cushion for yourself before you really start building your wealth.